You're watching the Cop TV, the voice of football's most famous stand.
Salah to settle it!
Yes, hello and welcome back to the Cop TV. Yeah,
Good morning,
the
lads.
voice of football's most famous stand, episode 64 now of Hot Kopics, the podcast that you can find on YouTube and Spotify as well if you're an audio listener. Big up to everyone that's locked in. An important week for Liverpool. Mario, how are we, my brother?
I'm sound,
Fratello
brother.
mio.
Happy to see you again.
Of course, it's always a pleasure when I see you. Make sure, guys, if you're watching this right now, don't be a sausage. Like the video. Comment with your thoughts as well about what we're going to speak about today on Hot Kopics, and also send in your Hot Kopics. We've got time today to debate what you guys want to hear us debate. So if there's anything on your mind, Liverpool related, send it our way. And this is a therapy session for us all to discuss in a safe
proper
space.
therapy session, exactly.
In a
We
safe
need that.
space. And of course, if you haven't already, then make sure that you're subscribing to the Cop TV. We are very close to 30,000. You know, with the Manchester United game on Sunday, I'm hoping that maybe we push that figure off.
Depends on the
by
team of the
Sunday.
result, you know.
Well, listen, win or lose, I want it to happen this weekend, you know. So make sure that you're pressing subscribe if you haven't already. Share the stream and all that good stuff. How are you, Mario?
Not bad, Alex. Thank you, my brother. Not bad. Ready for this very important week for us. Very crucial week, I have to say, for the top four. So we've got 2 home games and, you know, we need to do absolutely 6 points. And it's not easy because Man United looks very good this season, unfortunately.
Unfortunately, that's the truth.
Very good. Yeah, that's the truth. After like probably 10 years. After Sir Alex Ferguson left,
Yeah.
2013.
Yeah.
Finally, they look decent. So
What were you thinking when you saw them lift that cup on Sunday? I mean, that was our cup until Sunday. And how did you feel about Karius as well? Let us know what you thought about Karius' performance, how you feel about Man United winning the trophy. Because I'm going back to London on Thursday. I've got to do a preview with Flex on the Cop TV. He's going to be giving it all this. He's going to come into the interview with a Carabao energy drink. Do you know what I mean? Last year, it was a Mickey Mouse Cup.
Mickey Mouse
This
Cup.
year, it's like the World Cup final that
Yeah.
they've won.
Yeah, but
So talk to me.
Man United supporters, what do you expect of that? Nothing, bro. It's just, you know, of course it's painful to see like Man United, they leave the trophy after a long time. That trophy was, you know, our trophy until Sunday. But this is the football. We have to admit it that this season, Man United, they finally, after probably 10 seasons, after like Sir Alex Ferguson left the team, they finally look a decent team. They finally look like a team because they always had massive, big players. They always spend a lot of money for big players, but they never create a team. So for us, on Sunday, it's a super important game, mate. We destroyed last season. We
9-0
destroyed
in
them.
aggregate it was last season.
9-0 in aggregate in 2 games. We just smashed their faces. I will never forget the moment in the first game when the supporters, the Man United supporters, they left. They left the crowd in the 60th, 65th minute. So this is one of the best memory I ever had in the football.
It's actually the highest viewed video on the Cop TV
On the Cop
of
TV,
all time. 130,000 views. It's
130,000.
us celebrating in Jurgens after beating Manchester United. Not 1, not 2, not 3, not 4.
I didn't know you that time.
5-0. But that was a long time ago. It's not going to happen.
October 2021.
That's it.
So definitely. I'm excited, very excited for tomorrow game and especially for Sunday game because, you know, Liverpool, Man United, doesn't matter the league table of the teams, it's always the best game. It's the best game. For
It is
me,
still the
it's the
biggest
best.
game.
The best. In English football. The rivalry with Man City is, you know, the last 5-6 years is massive, but the game against Man United doesn't matter if we are on the relegation, they are relegation. It's just the biggest game in the Premier League, the biggest game in English football, I say. So I'm, you know, quite nervous. So.
Well, listen, after their trophy that they won the other day, they are now on 42 or 43 major honours. Let me just double check. I mean, Liverpool are still at the top, obviously.
Yeah.
Most successful team in this country ever. But here it is. English clubs with the most trophies. Liverpool 45. Manchester United now 43. Arsenal 31. Chelsea 25. City 23. Aston Villa 20. Tottenham 17. Everton 15. Newcastle 11. Blackburn 10. So this is the English clubs with the most success or the most trophies of all time. So It's 43 for Manchester United now, and they're obviously still in 3 other competitions, aren't they?
Yeah, but Everton last trophy since 1995.
Oh, yeah, no, of course, yeah.
Since
Remember
1995. Since 1995. You haven't got no trophy.
That's a fact.
That's a fact.
It is a fact.
Absolutely.
So, I mean, are you worried that they could overtake our trophy haul this season? Because they're still in the Europa League, FA Cup, and they might potentially win the Premier League as well. It's horrible to talk about. It's
horrible
painful,
to
bro.
talk
I hate
about
this
it.
shit.
It's horrible to talk about it. Probably they beat Barcelona last day. So Barcelona was the toughest team in the Europa League this season. Juventus as well.
Yep.
They want to win.
Sevilla, they have to beat Sevilla as well.
Sevilla, they have experience in Europa League.
They have
the most
Betis at the minute, my Spanish team.
I don't want to think about it, to be honest, mate.
No, neither do I actually.
Because if they win the FA Cup and the Europa League, it's something possible.
Yeah.
Let's be honest.
It is possible.
It's possible.
They
it's
play
not...
West Ham tomorrow in the FA Cup.
Okay. So it's possible. And nothing, man. We need just to smash their faces on Sunday. This is my target for this week.
Because Trudon in the comments saying that at least they'll win one more trophy at least. Sean saying they're buzzing because they took us over in domestic trophies. Every game now is a Champions League qualifier.
Absolutely.
I agree with this.
Agree.
It is 43. Big up Super Mario and AGT, says Nuno. Make sure that you're letting us know where you're watching from as well today. Tammy as well, big up to you. She says, we need a midfielder. We can't be starting a combined age 90 plus midfield like that again, as we did against Crystal Palace. Enough about Manchester United. We've given them their flowers. Let's move on to nonsense, apparently. Salah's agent came out and said this, and I have the exact tweet that he came out with. So it was a picture that basically said from Anfield Watch that essentially said if Liverpool don't qualify for the Champions League, then Mo Salah will be off this season. Now, almost instantly, that original tweet was deleted, and then minutes later, Salah's agent came out and said this, and I quote, "Nonsense, full stop. This was never discussed or even thought about. Not qualifying the Champions League has never even crossed our minds." I'm going to get this up on the big screen right now so everyone can see it. But does that make you a little bit more relaxed about the fact that Salah will stay if we don't get Champions League? As we can see it here, that this is the tweet from Rabi Abbas Issa, his agent. As we know, he's been very influential in Salah's career at Liverpool so far. But what do you make of this tweet?
To be honest, I don't believe in this tweet. I believe in the first tweet. I have the sensation that if we not get the top 4, which is in my point of view, it's impossible because we will get the top 4.
You still think that?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah? No, absolutely, man. We've got 2 games in hand. Who is the 4th at the moment? Tottenham, exactly. We have 2 games in hand and we are like 9 points behind them. And Tottenham and Newcastle, to be honest, they are nothing special this season. So we're definitely going for the top 4. If we not get the top 4, I'm pretty sure, my personal opinion, that Salah, halas, he's going. I don't know, probably to PSG or somewhere else. Barcelona as well. Barcelona, they want Mohamed Salah as well. They want to do a over 30 deal with Lewandowski, which is a good idea. But I'm not sure. I don't believe in the idea that Mohamed Salah can stay without the Champions League in Liverpool. I know he loves Liverpool. He's probably Liverpool most... this is very important.
We'll get back onto that, but
yeah,
still on Salah, I mean, it's
the most important player, mate. So I think he's going to leave it, mate.
You reckon?
Yes. Without the top 4. Yes. Salah doesn't care. Salah is that kind of player. I want the maximum. I'm a very ambitious player. I want the maximum. I don't need to play in Europa League. For me, Europa League is a bullshit. That's what I think that Salah thinks. And he's going to leave without top 4. 100%. I'm sure about it. And of course, I don't want this one to happen because for me, Mohamed Salah, and even for Megan, is Megan's favorite player. She loves Mohamed Salah, seriously, man. Every day she talks about Mohamed Salah. And, you know, it's Liverpool's most important player in the last season. So...
The Ice Yeti says this guy is deluded if he thinks we're getting the top 4. Talking about you.
I'm deluded. But probably he doesn't know. He doesn't see the league table. We are just 3 points with 9 points with 2 games in hand. And I don't think Tottenham is nothing special. I don't think Tottenham and Newcastle are nothing special. We beat Newcastle. This is absolutely... I don't understand how people can not believe in the top 4.
Trudon
I know we're
thinks
struggling this season, man.
5th to 7th, Trudon thinks.
We're struggling this season. Of course we're struggling. That's for sure. But we're gonna go for top 4. Trust me. Trust me. And if you call me deluded, I don't give up. I don't care. Because this is... I always believe in my team. And we always... not because I believe in my team means that I'm more supporter than someone else. This is not true. You have just to believe in Liverpool, man. We can do it. It's nothing impossible. We're not talking about winning the Premier League. If I say that we're going to win the Premier League this season, okay, call me deluded. I agree with that. But top 4 is something that...
Rory said that last week, didn't he?
Yeah, leave it. Rory is... he makes show. He's nice. He is funny. But yeah, top 4, yeah, absolutely achievable for this season for us. 100%.
Well, I see Yedi says, I see the league table, but we're worse than Spurs this season, which is quite an achievement, to be honest.
No.
Listen, if he does stay, then I think we owe it to not only him, I wouldn't even say we owe it to him at all. We owe it to the fans of the club to invest and ourselves if we want to be competing at the top level. But if Salah doesn't maybe see this same ambition that he has himself, do you think he's got every right to say, well, look, I'm here, I'm ready, but the club clearly don't want to be serious about investing, so I'm going to go. Do you think that's even if we get Champions League, he could still say that if we don't invest in the summer. If we don't invest. Because Klopp did come out in his press conference last week and said we need to go massive in the summer, which again, us Liverpool fans, we're buzzing when we hear that. But until we see it happen, it's just words.
I know.
And I think if Salah doesn't see that ambition, it's a bit like when Torres wanted to leave, right?
Yes.
He saw Roy Hodgson come in. He had a big chat with him and he said, look, I don't see any ambition in the club. We're not really buying the players to take us to the next level. And then he ended up leaving.
It's a little bit different situation with Torres because I remember very well those days around Fernando Torres moved to Chelsea. And like 2 days before his permanent move, he say, I'm going to be faithful to the club. I'm going to stay here. But of course, I want to see ambitious team. I want to see new players. And then after 2 days, he left the team for 60 million. So it's a little bit different example for Fernando Torres. I have to be honest with you. I never liked Fernando Torres. Mm-hmm. As a football player, yes. But as a human being, no, never. I don't know why. He's the typical guy he's the typical clean face. He's a good guy. He looks nice. No. I knew it that inside him, he's a devil inside.
A devil?
Yes.
Jesus Christ, man.
Yes. I know this is strong words, but this is what I thought about him when he used to play with us. My first game ever in Anfield, Liverpool against Sunderland 2010. He made the assist for Steven Gerrard equalizer 2-2, yes. Dirk Kuyt scored the first goal.
And it was a mistake.
That's a kind of mistake of exactly.
But Gerrard header, Torres cross. Yeah.
And when Gerrard celebrates, he celebrates just in front of us. Yeah, I don't want to speak about it because massive emotion. Anyway, and I remember I had a chat with my mates from Italy, and I say I don't like Fernando Torres, massive player, but I'm pretty sure that he doesn't love Liverpool. He doesn't love the crest. He doesn't love the supporters.
About when his armband said "You'll never walk alone" when he was at Atletico?
You never walk alone. It's just how you say in English? It's motto. Like in Italy, we say motto like a famous phrase that represent yourself. You will never walk alone. It's something not just related on Liverpool. Of course, it's Liverpool anthem. If you think about it, it's just Liverpool anthem. But it's something that can represent your life. I will be always there. I will never work alone because my parents, my family, they will support. It's not just related on Liverpool. Leave it down, but Fernando Torres, he never used to love Liverpool. He was a great player, definitely.
I think he did love Liverpool. I think that's a little bit harsh. Esther A says, I thought I was the only one. I've never liked Torres. Agree with Mario.
Oh, thank you, Esther.
But then Jungle is Massive says, you aren't jealous of his beautiful, clean face, are you, Mario?
Yeah, definitely more beautiful than me.
He is a beautiful man.
Absolutely, yeah. And now he's a bodybuilder as well.
Now he's a bodybuilder.
Even better.
10 years too late though for all that. If he had a bit more weight when he was at Liverpool, that would have been a little bit better. But listen, interesting opinion about Fernando Torres there. I can't say I agree, but again, it's a hot Kopic.
Hot Kopic.
Trudon says you're describing Suarez, if anything.
Different, absolutely different. He used to love Liverpool.
Yeah.
You can't compare Fernando Torres with Suarez in that point of view. Because for me, Suarez, he really used to love Liverpool. And we can say that after he left Liverpool. And probably Fernando Torres is, together with Xabi Alonso, is the only one player in the Liverpool history that just, I can't blame him. He left. He used to love Liverpool. He left and he won everything with Barcelona in his first season. And he won the Golden Boot, and he won everything. So, and then when he was a Barcelona player, he used to come in Melwood to see the players, to say hello to Steven Gerrard, to other players, because he had a great relationship with them, which is Fernando Torres never did in the past. Never. He left Liverpool for Chelsea. That's it. I don't give a shit about you anymore.
I heard he was crying when he left.
Yeah,
and
this is a...
Listen, Mario knows. So we believe him. Suarez did want to leave for Arsenal though, the summer before he went to Barca.
2013, I remember they offered like 40 million plus 1 penny, something like this. And Stevie G, he convinced him to just stay.
To stay for another year.
Stay. But he didn't left, so.
Suarez needed to play in the Champions League. Yeah. And listen, he won it straight away.
I agree.
What a player. Maybe even up there with the Benzemas, the Lewandowskis, for sure he's up there. In the last 10 years, top 3 number 9s in the world, for sure.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
He was the best centre forward in the world. But then again, from 2007 to 9, I think as a number 9, Torres was the best number 9 in the world for 2 years, 18
As a
months.
player, absolutely, yes.
Yeah.
And if you hear the Steven Gerrard interviews, his partnership with Fernando Torres was the best partnership in his career, even better than Michael Owen, even better than Suarez as well, even better than who else? Robbie Fowler as well. So the partnership between Torres and Gerrard was something like unreal, mate. I remember how many assists, how many goals they create. But for me, I never used to love him because I didn't trust him.
I think you did love him though.
No.
I think you did.
No.
Look at this one here from Mark, and this was great at the time when I found this out. Delfina, Suarez's daughter, is an anagram of the word Anfield.
And she's born in Liverpool.
And she's a Scouser.
She's a Scouser. She was born in Liverpool. So, fact.
A Uruguayan Scouser.
Fact.
Unbelievable. Vidic has Torres nightmares to this day. Let's go back to Salah, though, because I feel like performance levels, he's starting to show us a little bit more. A little bit more. In terms of assists now.
Yes.
A couple of goals to his name recently as well. But when you look at the overall situation, I think this summer, and I've said it yesterday on DR Sports, but this summer that we find in front of us, whether we have Champions League or no Champions League, this summer is, I would say, the most important summer in Jurgen Klopp's era at Liverpool so far.
100% I agree with that.
Every day that goes by in that summer transfer window, we have to be working hard. If we're not buying someone, we have to be linked with someone. It has to be close. I don't care. I don't want to hear this, oh, we've got loads to spend in the summer. It's going to be a massive transfer window. I don't want to hear that unless it actually happens now. Because I don't think Liverpool as a team in the last 10 years have ever been more in need of a big transfer window than the one coming up right now.
100%.
This will shape the future this summer of next year, the year after, and the year after, in my opinion.
Absolutely.
And it's so important that we get rid of the right players and we bring the right players in. And if Salah has been promised this big change with big investment, with Jude, I don't know what he's heard, right? Because you don't sign a big deal when he did last summer without having some kind of reassurances to say, we're going to back you. You're the man, you're the main man, and we're going to put everyone around you and back you to be as successful as you can. Let us know in the comments if you agree. What needs to happen this summer? Does Salah stay? Does he go? Was his agent telling the truth there? Who else do we bring in? But do you agree that this summer it's the new foundation for the new Liverpool 2.0 under Klopp, and everything has to be done perfectly this summer? It is a make or break summer, as Steve says.
Absolutely, Alex. 1000% I agree with you. I agree that is going to be the most important summer under Jurgen Klopp, because this is the time, this is the first time since Jurgen Klopp came that we really need a change. We really need to rebuild the team, especially the midfield. we had a chat 1,000 times about the midfield. We need to get rid of the players of the, like 3-4 players. You already know that which players I'm talking about.
Gomez, Keita and Ox.
Gomez, Keita, Ox. Yes, probably Milner as well. Not because he's not good, but because he's not able anymore to give his contribution to Liverpool. We need to buy the right players. Of course, Jude Bellingham is our priority, and it's going to be the priority since we not get him. We have to get him. We have to invest on this guy because he's the future, not only on Liverpool. He's the future of the football, in my personal opinion. Then we need to get players like, I don't know, probably like Mateus Nunes. I don't know. We probably, the speculation will be crazy this summer. Every day you will see that we're gonna, like speculation about this midfielder, this one, that one, and we need a defender as well. I can't believe I can't rely anymore in Gomez, mate. Konate is a massive player. Matip as well. This season is not that Matip. The only two players in the defensive line who I believe in them are Van Dijk and Konate. Gomez and Matip. I will keep Matip, yes. Keep Matip. But we need to invest. Probably Gvardiol, the Croatian defender, he loves Liverpool. He say he's a big Liverpool supporter. So this is one can affect probably like a, kind of move. I hope. We need to invest money. We need to invest the right money in the right players. It's very simple. Give it the money to Klopp, he knows how to do. That's
so
it.
Are you saying 3 to 4 to 5 out, 3 to 4 to 5 in?
Something like that. Something like that, yeah.
Do you know what? We had Matt Cooper on the channel last night. We did a Wolves preview. And I asked him about Mateus Nunes. And I said, considering that Wolves brought him in for 44 million, right?
Bless you,
sneeze there. Hopefully I'm not getting a cold. No, I'm all right. Thanks, bro. But he said, and I quote, that he's been disappointed with Nunes since he came into Wolves. Now, when you look at their midfield, right, that's going to play at Anfield. Bastard. When you look at their midfield that will come to Anfield tomorrow, it's Lamina, Neves, Nunes. That is a very good midfield.
Very good midfield.
And that is young. It's got legs. It's got experience. Neves is the captain. He loves scoring against Liverpool. I actually would love him to play for Liverpool. I think he's the one that we should buy over Nunes.
Why not?
The Wolves fan, Matt Cooper, big up to him last night. He said he's been really disappointed with Mateus Nunes. So why would we want him if he can't deliver week in, week out for Wolves? I guess there is an argument to say give him an elite manager like Klopp and look how he transforms him. But I don't know, considering they bought him for 44 million, I wouldn't want to spend 50 million on him.
It's a lot, 50 million.
It is a lot. Let's get into some questions. Nuno saying Salah needs to go. Steve letting us know that this is a make or break summer. And we have spoke about this one before. Why do you think Salah met with the PSG owner recently? I mean, it's starting to scare me a little bit now because the owner rumours have gone away. We're not for sale. So this meeting is actually a bit scary now that he's actually met the PSG owner, because we at the time thought, oh, it's maybe the new owner of Liverpool that he's talking to. I mean, obviously, as we said, bro, we don't want Salah to go. So why is he meeting the PSG owner?
Did you think,
Alex,
Alex,
we'll have a tissue, actually, Jacob, please, boss.
Did you think that we gave a massive contract to Mohamed Salah? We renewed his contract to get more money, of course, because we don't want to hear the fact that we're gonna lose him for
Legend.
For zero. So that was just kind of
Safety.
We're gonna give you more money. We're gonna extend your contract. Just because next season, when you want to go, we're not going to lose you for zero. We're going to make money with you because we can't lose Mohamed Salah on zero. Probably that's one of the, this is another of the facts that we renew Mohamed Salah. It's something possible. What do you think about it? I know it's hard to get.
As the days go on, that meeting that he had with the owner of PSG does scare me. I mean, business would tell you that if you are in possession of a really valuable asset like Mo Salah is, you protect that and you try and maximise the profit made from that if you are to sell him. And I think the contract last summer secured us in that way. So if he does go, we're not letting him go for peanuts. He'll have to be 75 to 100 million. It will have to be. When you look at what he can bring commercially to the club as well, the shirt sales, I think all that has to come into account. But I don't want him to go. We've literally built our team around this man, especially in the attack. He never gets dropped. He always plays. And his goal record for Liverpool is incredible, man. And, you know, he's now got more than Steven Gerrard. He's pushing to get Kenny Dalglish. And I think him being him, we know how competitive he is. We know how much he wants these records. You know, he's still in possession of that Premier League goal-scoring record, which will be taken by Erling Haaland. But I think if we're showing him the investment that we're going to give him around him in the summer to really go big next year, then I think he owes us at least one more year to see how that goes, you know?
Yeah, of course.
Stay and see how that season goes. And then if next season we don't get in the Champions League again, walk out the door. And I don't think he would owe us any more. At this stage, I think there's a mutual, what's the word here? He doesn't owe us anything and we don't owe him anything at this stage because we've been through the trenches with Mo Salah. We've finished third, fourth. We've been to the highest of highs. He's won every trophy you can win at Liverpool.
Everything.
So it's almost like the Mane situation where we go, listen, you've won it all with us. Go and try something new. But I think Salah owes us, and I know I just said he doesn't owe us anything, but if we've given him the new big deal, if we've promised him the players that we're all going to bring in around him, then he does owe us one more year. You can't leave this summer.
I hope.
You do owe us one more year, I think. That's just my opinion. Again, let us know in the comments what you think about this one. I'm not expecting it to be done. I'm not expecting it all to be done, saying jungle is massive. I think we might consolidate again next year, top four, and then go again. We will speak about the latest financial results that have just come out this morning, by the way, as well. But we have to remember the financial results that came out today are from 2021 to 2022. That's how it works, financial years, April to April. So it's not how much money we have now. This is how much money we had last year.
We had last year, yeah.
Chris saying Nunez has been rubbish this season. Not our Nunez, by the way. This is Mateus Nunez.
Mateus, yes.
LFC need to start signing players who are not injury prone. The Ice Yeti says Bellingham, Kone, Caicedo, Nunez, Rice, Thuram, Mount are just some midfielders we could go for. Jungle is massive saying bless you. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Big up to AKZZ71 with a super chat. Mario, he says, opinion, we should cash in on Salah and buy Chiesa. I don't think so. No. Not for me. Thank you for the super chat though.
No. Chiesa is a good player, you know that. I like Chiesa, but nothing to see with Mohamed Salah. Absolutely not agree with that.
Someone get Alex a lemsip and a curly whirly. Thank you, mate. To be fair, we do need to build a future without Salah, including Virgil, Fab, and all of that. This is why, again, it's not just Salah. This summer isn't just all about Salah. It's about, have we got the next Matip? Have we got the next Konate that we can buy that will be the next Van Dijk in 3 or 4 years? Have we got, I think Henderson is the next Milner, but have we got another Henderson who's 25? I think that is Neves. Have we got another Fabinho? I think that could be Bajcetic, but it could be Jude Bellingham, you know? Someone that can do both jobs, Jude Bellingham, obviously, but it's not just Salah that we have to think about this season. And it further strengthens the point that this summer is so effing important, man. We cannot have another summer where we don't do what we need to do. I can't believe how important it is, man.
Are you surprised, Alex, about the yesterday awards of Van Dijk, best defender in the world?
It's voted for by players,
best team in the world.
It's voted for by players, so a little bit surprised. But then who would you put in above him?
I don't know.
Let me just get up this team again.
I don't absolutely know. But I was surprised yesterday when I saw that he's been like in the best player in the team.
So it's 2022, right? So it's last year. The World 11 FIFA Pro. It's the World 11, right? So in goal, you've got Thibaut Courtois.
Fair enough,
I guess. Even though I think he's a bit of a rat, but anyway.
No, he's...
At the back, you've only got 3 defenders, right? So they've gone Hakimi on the right, Cancelo on the left, and Van Dijk in the middle. Now, let's not forget, up until June 2022, Van Dijk probably was the best in terms of he was 2 games away from winning a quadruple.
But not
he won
that
2
best
trophies.
from 2019.
Oh, no. You can't get back to that.
That was the best ever.
It was the best ever. But, I mean, in the midfield, Modric, Kevin De Bruyne, Casemiro, and then they've got 4 attackers of
Like
Mbappe,
3-3-4.
Messi, Haaland and Benzema in one team.
What a system, mate.
Well, yeah. I don't know how that team actually gets on in a real game because they've only got 3 defenders.
No, even one defender, because
It's like this, look.
Cancelo and
one defender basically.
Cancelo and Hakimi, they are offensive players.
Yeah.
They're not defenders.
By the way, Hakimi was arrested yesterday on suspicion of alleged rape.
Yes.
So for him to still be in that team after that came out, I don't know what's happened there. Again, suspicious. It's alleged. Can't comment on it at this time. But yeah, I guess it. And again, let us know in the comments. Was it a surprise to see Virgil van Dijk in that FIFA best 11 team? It's up for debate. Obviously, always nice to see it. And it is also voted for by the players. And Van Dijk, in his speech, he said it's a great award to win, or it's not an award to win, but it's great to be included in the team because it's voted by players. Apparently, Ronaldo refused to vote this year.
He refused to vote?
Apparently. Says it all about him, doesn't it, really? Salah shows his professionalism and is never out injured. We need more of that from Mark. Chris saying he can't disagree with the team that we just read out. FIFA Ultimate Team, saying Sean. Mane and Lewandowski, unfortunate to miss out. Maybe. I'd say Lewandowski was unfortunate to miss out. I think Mane had an incredible start to 2022.
Yes.
But the end of it wasn't the best. So there you go. I don't think necessarily that team is outrageous, but at the same time, maybe a little surprised to see Van Dijk in there. So let us know if you agree or not with that. Right, speaking of investment, speaking of financials, commercials, stats and figures, let's have a look at this. This is from David Lynch. And this, again, was 10 o'clock. This is only 2 hours old, this news.
Yeah.
But it says Liverpool have released their financial results for the financial year April 2021 to April 2022. Media revenue. Again, I don't know exactly what that encapsulates. It sounds quite broad, but that was down by 5 million. And let's not forget, this is April 2021, so this is still in lockdown. There was still a period of this in lockdown. We've also seen match day revenue. Is that going up or down? It says 86 to 83. It should be down, right? Should be 3 million down. Commercial revenue has gone up. Oh no, these are all the things that have gone up, are they?
Yes, all up. Just the media revenue is
so the matchday revenue has gone up so much because the year before was COVID.
Yeah.
Is that correct? So it's gone up by 83 million. That's crazy. Commercial revenue up by 29 million. Administrative costs up by 70 million. Revenue is 107 million there. And profit before tax is 12.3. If you just scroll down here as well, Jacob, there's more to talk about. I also understand that the balance of FSG's loan to the club remains at 71.4 million. The club's external bank loan stands at 88, down from 128, and that is the loan being used to fund the Anfield Road extension. Big emphasis on the rising costs involved running a football club in Liverpool. Statement, figures from the last 5 years make that hard to argue with. Staff costs up by 76%, administrative costs up by 70%, Anfield running costs up to 40%.
I'm confused, mate.
Well, yeah, there's a lot of numbers, a lot of percents. Basically, what it's saying is if we just scroll down a little bit,
I'm lost.
the biggest costs that we've had now are the rising cost of running a football club and then also the Anfield Road extension. So revenue is up, costs are up as well. And again, you've seen Riley there straight away asking him how does this affect us buying Jude? So if the club is allegedly putting figures out there that claim to say that we have made a revenue of around 100 million, how does it affect? It's a good question. How does it affect us going into this transfer market? And is there money there to be spent? There always is, of course we know that, but how much is the question?
Yeah, all these numbers just make me a little bit confused, to be honest. The only one thing I know that, next summer is the crucial summer.
Yeah.
to rebuild the team. And we have to finally, we need to spend the real money. We have to spend 250, 300 million, whatever. They have the money anyway. And Klopp says, he said probably in the last press conference, he said that we need to spend, otherwise I'm going. He didn't say this, but, he meant just this kind of thing, because Klopp is, that kind of man. He's got a lot of patience. He can, wait. He can create. He can do miracles. But now, all the bonuses, all the miracles are gone. We need to invest money. I'm confused with all these numbers. I know they're doing the new stand, and they spend a lot of money to do the new stand. But now it's time to spend. If you want to be competitive in every single competition, we need to spend the real money for the right players. We don't like to waste money. It's something that is not the Liverpool mentality. For example, fresh example with Chelsea. How many players they bought? 10, 15 players. And you see what's going on with Chelsea now.
Yeah, the way they've got around it, though, is the amortization, basically spreading contracts over 7-8 years. They can get away with it there. Listen, the money is there. There is funds available. But this is going to have to be now the biggest summer Liverpool have ever spent. I'm pretty sure this has to break what we did in 2018.
Absolutely.
In terms of bringing Virgil and Alisson to the club. This has to be the biggest summer ever in terms of, we need to be touching 250 here.
They came for free.
In the race.
Alisson and Van Dijk, they came for free with continuous money. So they didn't spend nothing.
Point.
They didn't spend.
It's a good point.
Yeah, exactly.
Here's one from Chris McAvoy. Big question for him. Do you know about the crazy stat, if you pass the ball to Salah 50 times a game, we always win?
I never heard about this.
So pass the ball to Salah and we will win.
50 times means like twice every minute? No. Almost.
Yeah, 90 minutes. Almost. Twice a minute. I think
twice a minute.
But it's about getting that ball to him. Who in the midfield can find him that quickly?
No one at the moment.
No one at the moment.
Exactly.
That's the thing.
This is the Liverpool problems. They're coming from the midfield.
Yeah. Do we see Thiago Alcantara coming back and making a big impact when he's back fit and ready? Don't forget, we've also got Luis Diaz a couple of weeks away now. We've got Konate maybe who might be involved in the Wolves game tomorrow. But Thiago, is he the guy to get that ball to Salah as much as possible?
He's the only one creative player in the midfield. He can make the difference. He did it a lot of times. And of course, I lost. I was thinking about the numbers and I lost my brain.
Numbers have confused Mario this morning.
Thiago Alcantara is the only one player who can make, that passes he was talking about. Give it 50 times the ball, but give it in a good way. Don't just pass it like 40 yards from the net. So give it like nice balls. Give it like, give it the chance to run, because that's what he loves. The passes between the defenders, so he can run. He can got the ball going on the left and try to score. This is what Mohamed Salah always done in the past. So we absolutely miss Thiago Alcantara, and I don't know when he is coming back to play again, when he is fit. I don't know, probably in 2 or 3 weeks. I'm not pretty sure.
Well, listen, when he does come back, I think he gets into the team. There's no doubt about that. He starts immediately. But again, we're looking at a player who has been injury prone and has shown us that we can't necessarily rely on him every game. But again, it's an incredible midfielder that we're lucky to witness. We spoke about this last week. Do you think Mason Mount would be a good signing? I'm not talking about it again. Yes. I always say no. He always says yes. So I'm not talking about that anymore. Conman says Thiago has to play. Salah is such a creator. If you get the ball to him, that stat has been checking since he signed for us. Might take him a month to get to match sharpness. This is Steve talking about Thiago, I think. MK saying United, Arsenal, Chelsea, they all have American owners. You don't need oil money. We just need to move on from sell to buy. Investment is simply needed. And Klopp deserves to be backed. I thought that said Klopp deserves to be sacked there. I was about to have a meltdown there.
No, I agree with this comment.
Ravi, we have to be smart with our spending. We can't just spunk 150 on one player. But if there is one player you would spunk that on, it is Jude Bellingham.
Absolutely.
100%. Why can't we get James Maddison? I think Leicester would probably want 80, 85 for Maddison, and Newcastle would happily pay that as well. So let them go and buy him. Diaz, we're looking for him to come back ASAP, as we know. Chris saying we miss Konate now more than any other player this year. He just puts out fires and we are burning down right now.
That's true.
You agree?
That's true. Konate last season, we remember his performance in the Champions League. Even in the final, he was one of the best Liverpool players. We miss Konate, definitely, mates. Gomez and Matip, especially Matip. Gomez, of course, we knew that he's gone already. But especially Matip, this season, I'm very disappointed of his performance. It's not that player from the last seasons. He always used to make the difference. Sometimes he used to be even better than Van Dijk in the past. But this season, he's, probably it's like the overall form from the whole team. And we can see that Matip, because he's not the real Matip. He's not what he want to see for him. So we definitely, I told you, we need to, it's not just the midfield there, mates. Of course, we need 3-4 midfielders, but we need at least one defender as well. This is very important, mate. It's very important because, we've got a lot of games. We've got injuries every season. We can't rely anymore to Gomez. His dimension is not Liverpool. He needs to play for, the average teams, with all my respect, teams like Aston Villa. That's his real, how you say? It's not good for Liverpool. It's not good for the top 10 teams in England. Yes, Alex. For me, it's like this.
No, listen, I think it's time to go now. But
yes.
I've always been such a big fan of his from when he came in 2015. He's had so many injuries to deal with. He, at one point in 18-19, him and Van Dijk had one of the best partnerships ever.
18-19.
Ever in Liverpool's history. I think they went 20 games and conceded 1 or 2 goals. So, listen, but if we don't get Vardy, who are we going to get? Who else is there?
Vardy is 20 years old.
I know, but it's nothing to say that he's going to want to come to Liverpool.
It's huge potential. No, of course, yeah. It's just speculation about his future. I don't know, mates. I don't know. This is something that Klopp needs to, to think about it. I don't know which player, which defender. It's it's not very expensive. It's young and it's potential world class.
Yeah.
What do you think?
I can think of Guardiola, but in terms of other centre backs, I like Araujo from Barcelona.
Who?
Araujo. Him and Rudiger have been the best 2 centre-backs in La Liga this year. Barcelona have only conceded 7 goals in La Liga, which is incredible this season. But we are on the last day of February. Big up to my guy, Liverpool Goals. We did a fan cam with him outside Anfield last week. But he's asked, who was our player of the month for February? Now, let me go through the games that we played in February, right? And then we'll look ahead to Wolves tomorrow night and Manchester United on Sunday. So we lost 3-0 to Wolves in the first game of February. We beat Everton 2-0. Of course, we beat Newcastle 2-0. Then we lost 5-2 and then 0-0 to Palace. So 2 wins out of 5 games in the month. Who was the best player in the month? I would say maybe Bajcetic.
Bajcetic won the world best player of the month in January.
So I think he gets it again in February.
In February,
maybe Salah? I don't know.
His performance against Real Madrid was very
Still
poor.
scored?
I mean
Bajcetic,
Bajcetic, yes. Probably Mohamed Salah for the derby game goal, for the Real Madrid goal and assist. He was very close to score against even Crystal Palace.
Yeah, hit the bar. That was a great
hit the
shot.
bar. Probably Mohamed Salah. But, I mean...
I think I'd go for Salah as well. Let us know in the comments who you think. I think it's Salah and I think it's Bajcetic as well. Massive game at Anfield tomorrow night. We've done an extensive preview on the channel with, as I said, Matt Cooper, big Wolves fan from Talking Wolves last night. So if you haven't watched that, make sure you go back and watch that after this. But, mate, I'm nervous for this game.
Yes.
I'm going to be sitting next to you in the Kop. But I am nervous because it's the kind of game that we could lose. With their midfield, they have good strikers as well. Cunha, Sarabia scored the other day. He scored for Spain at the World Cup. I watched him. They've got Adama Traore, Jimenez, Diego Costa, Podence. These are all good players.
Yeah.
And then their midfield is very good as well. I mean, are you confident for this one? Let us know at home. Are you confident that we can beat Wolves tomorrow night at Anfield?
We play against Wolves in the last 2 months. How many times? 3 times we played
So we
against
played
them.
4 times
Four
against Wolves
times.
this season now.
4 times.
Yeah.
Wow.
3 times in the last 2 months.
Man, it's going to be a tough game, but if we want to get the top 4, there is no excuse. Tomorrow we need to win, definitely. It's not going to be easy, of course, because they are a great team. And they are the team that they score, they concede a very few goals.
Yeah.
But they score like 3 goals in 3 weeks ago, which is yeah, I think against Wolves, we just reached the bottom. We touched the bottom against them as a like condition. But after that game, we saw some improvements. That's for sure. So the priority this season is only one, top 4. And I'm pretty sure, and I want to see a massive performance tomorrow, mate. I'm not going to say that we're going to win for sure, because nothing is sure with this Liverpool at the moment. Every game is crazy. But definitely I believe in the win. I definitely believe in the win. Even more against Man United.
Even more
Against Man United.
This is a win or bust kind of game, as Steve says here. Conman saying he's nervous every game nowadays. Get the likes up, please. Do get the likes up. There's no excuse for that not to be happening. MK says, I want to forget this month. And Elias says Nunez was our best player in the month for February. But going back to the initial question, this game tomorrow against Wolves, it's so important for us to win this because we've got United at home on Sunday. When have we had an opportunity where we've had 2 really important games at home in a row in the Premier League this season? I don't know. I can't really remember. I mean, it would have been nicer to win against Crystal Palace because of the fact that we've, played them. I think we've won 7 in a row at Selhurst Park before this game.
Yes.
Plus, they hadn't won a game in 2023.
7-0, you remember?
So, yeah, of course, in lockdown. So for me, it's like that's a massive missed chance because I wanted 6 points going into the United game. Now we got 1 point for Palace. We need all 3 points tomorrow night. It's an absolute must. But then looking at Manchester United on Sunday, let's not forget they've got a big game themselves on Wednesday against West Ham. But coming into that Anfield game, they haven't got the best record at Anfield in recent times. Obviously, we beat them 4-0 last year. But, mate, this is not the same team that came and lost 4-0 at Anfield last year.
I know.
There's no Ronaldo there, no Pogba, no Maguire. I'm pretty sure there's some other players. Fred, McTominay. I doubt McTominay plays.
Why no Maguire?
Well, he just doesn't play now. Doesn't play for Manchester United now, does he?
Yeah.
He's always on the bench.
He's a great player, by the way.
Shut up. Don't try that. He's awful, as we
He's
know.
awful, mate.
But, it's going to be is this the biggest game that we've had against Manchester United in recent times at Anfield? Maybe because they're a lot better than us right now, whereas years gone by, it was always us better than them.
Yeah, I agree. Probably, yeah. This is one of the most important games against them. Because last season, we beat them in the way.
4-0.
Like, yeah, of course, we scored 4-0. We scored 4 goals, and the previous game we scored 5. And I hadn't that felt that, oh my God, we play against Man United. We just win too easy.
Yeah.
And we didn't, it's crazy to think, but we won just very easy, in the easy way. So we didn't enjoy properly. We love the Man United. For me, Liverpool Man United is, it's my favorite game ever. I can play every week against them because it's my favorite. I love that, that game. And I'm not sure if you know that, but in the past, when I used to live in Italy, man, that's fact. That's true. Trust me. Before the Liverpool Man United, twice in a season, I had a fever for like few hours before the game from the tension, from the anxiety. So, but after the game start and the fever gone, that's happened twice every season in the past when I used to live in Italy. So for me, this game is such a special feeling. Is the best game we can ever play. So I always want to see a great game. Last season we just smashed them.
Yeah.
And this season is difficult. They look better than us. For that reason, we need to give 200% of our capacity, of our possibility to do better. And we have to win Sunday, man. Sunday is out or in. It's like, if we win, yes, we're going to go in the Champions League. If not, guys, let's prepare to do, it's not like 100% official that we're not going to go in the top 4. But man, Sunday is one of the biggest games this season, definitely.
I'm nervous for that game. I'm actually not going to be there.
You're not going to be there.
I'm not going to be there.
I'm going to miss you.
You're going to be there shouting for both of us there,
Absolutely.
trust me. If we don't beat Wolves, United will beat us. We are so mentally fragile at the moment. Need a massive atmosphere in both games versus Wolves and United.
Yeah, of
Says
course.
Steve, big up to you. Nowadays, I'm nervous every game, more than most games. Big up to you, Sean. Typical us would be to draw to Wolves and win against United. I mean, I'd still take that if I'm honest, if it meant that we beat the Scum. But Gerrard sent off was the last win they had at Anfield.
2015.
2015.
Mata.
Almost 10 years.
He scored twice. Mata
scored
twice. The second goal and the overkick, you remember?
Great goal. Sturridge scored a consolation goal.
Sturridge,
as well.
and he missed a
Right
penalty.
foot.
Who missed a Rooney missed a penalty.
Rooney did.
Rooney missed a penalty and Mignolet saved.
Mignolet saved.
Yes.
That's surprising that.
So it's like 8 years.
What about
Wow.
this though? Crick saying that United will target Trent's side of the pitch. Klopp will pretend that problem doesn't exist, and Rashford will keep running in behind. We all know the script by now, lads. Because Rashford is maybe the best player in the world right now.
Not maybe.
He is.
He is. You
And
remember
he's up against Trent.
one of my first podcasts here with James was here as well, and he say Rashford is just not good on footy. He's just shite on footy. And I remember, man, for me, Rashford is still one of the best English players. And of course, he had bad seasons. Last season, 2 seasons ago, like 3-4 seasons, he had very bad seasons. But this Rashford this season is it's definitely one of the best players in the world. It's the man most informed in this season. So I'm very worried. We need to stop him first. We need to stop Rashford, and then we try to win the game. But Rashford this season is a world class.
Yeah,
I always used to love him, used to like him, not love him because he's not a Liverpool player. I can love him.
No,
but
impossible.
I remember his first game again in Anfield 2016, 0-0. I was living in.
Did Coutinho hit the bar? From
Coutinho hit the bar. Yes.
Yeah.
That game.
It was a Monday night.
It was Monday night. I used to work here in Rumi, and I went to watch the game. Bad game, by the way.
Bad game, yeah.
Bad game. But I remember Rashford. That game he played with Mourinho on the right, and he impressed me. He impressed me a lot. And he was like maybe 18, 19.
Very skinny and
very skinny, very good, very quick, very clever. Wow, what's a player! So we need to stop Rashford, and then we can win the game. This is the tactic. Very simple.
I hate to say it, but Ten Hag is a great manager. He really knows how to manage the team on the pitch. Saying, Chris, massive shout out to Jen. £10
Thank you,
super
Jen.
chat. Thank you so much. She says we have to go again. Big shout out to Jen. She's always supporting the channel, always sending in super chats, always making sure she's never misses an episode. And that's what we need more of on the Cop TV. So be more like Jen in life. Massive shout out to you, Jen. Diaz and Ibu Konate so close now. Man United tactics this year is defend and then get the ball to Rashford. Why can't we do the same with Nunes? Well, listen, we have seen Nunes break away and create counter-attacks. We have seen that, right? So listen, it can be an option, but I think if you are playing Nunes, play him through the middle. That's my opinion.
Through the middle. So Gakpo on the left.
I would say so, yeah.
Why not?
Or you could start Jota up the top and Nunes on the
Jota,
left.
bro, it's not ready, Jota, to play.
No, not to start. I
Not
don't
to
think.
start, probably in the last 20 minutes. But
Yeah.
he's not ready. This is a massive game. We need all the players at maximum. So Jota, for me, is not ready at the moment.
I was going to say big up to Sandy watching from Jamaica, but then Sandy has put GGMU, which means glory,
Glory,
Man
glory.
United. So no shout out to you, even though I kind of just did give you one. We need to get our attack going and our defence sorted 100%. This is what we've been saying the whole episode, Jen. Massive shout out to you and Crick as well. Jota needs more time to lose some weight, saying Chris.
You think he's fat?
I don't think so.
Oh,
I don't think
he
so.
looks as always.
Yeah, it looks the same.
He's
I mean,
not
he
in
looks
form.
very
He's not in
pale because he's been indoors playing FIFA for the last 6 months, but big up to him nonetheless. Don't think Nunez will play tomorrow. Maybe Gakpo, Bobby and Salah to give Jota a rest or a 20-minute cameo.
He's injured. Yeah, he's right. He's injured in unit. Why he didn't play against
but
Palace?
Klopp, shoulder. Remember he hurt his shoulder against Real Madrid?
Of course.
He had injections to play the game. And then, it was Newcastle. It was that foul from Trippier when he kind of let, that was shoulder. Injections to play against Real Madrid. Didn't play against Palace, but Klopp said he should be okay for Wolves.
Okay.
It wouldn't surprise me if we did see a Bobby or a Jota. But I would love to see Nunez as always, as I always do.
We love Nunez, mate.
I love him the most. I'm not being funny, but
I
when
love
James
Nunez.
was slagging him off all the time. Just wait and you will see.
Yes,
and now
man.
we're seeing a little bit, but we want to see some more. Right,
He's
guys,
a hurricane.
episode 64 of Hot Kopics with myself, AGT, and Mario here on the Cop TV. Make sure, as always, guys, that you like this video. It does help us get more views. That is literally how it works. Make sure you comment with how you thought the podcast went and also your thoughts on the Wolves game tomorrow night. And, of course, Manchester United on Sunday. As I said, fan cams after the game tomorrow as normal. Going to have a massive preview, trust me, in the bag with Flex from the United View on Thursday or Friday. And then, of course, it's the big one on Sunday. Mario will be at Anfield. He will be doing the fan cams for the Cop TV in my absence.
Can't wait for that.
Really looking forward to it. Afternoon, lads. Hope you're all well. See, our accounts have been released. Skin FC also looking for City to extend the empty had. Yeah, and Nico, if you rewind about half an hour, you're going to see us talking about all of that as well. Big up to Demo, who says, thanks, lads, watching from Australia. So there you go. Thank you to everyone who's locked in. If you're on YouTube, if you're on Spotify, make sure you give us a 5-star review on Spotify as well, by the way, if you're listening on there. Is Amalia open tonight, Mario, says Mark. It's always open, especially for you.
I'm working tonight, so if you want to come.
Yeah. Does he have to say Cop TV for a discount?
Just tell me I'm Mark Simmons from the Cop TV song, from the comments song. No problem. I will give you something. I will take care about you.
Don't worry.
Don't worry, yeah.
Also, my mum and all of her friends are coming up from London next week, and I need to talk to you about booking a table at Amalia for next Thursday night.
Next Thursday,
I've actually
next
just
week.
done it now. So
Any games that night?
No.
Okay, so probably I'm there.
We played Bournemouth away, I think, on the Saturday.
On Saturday, yeah.
So yeah,
Half past 12.
We're probably about 8 to 10 people on that table.
Oh,
yeah, it's a big one. Might earn a bit of commission yourself.
I need some nice tips, okay?
Yes.
I'm joking.
We make sure that happens. Don't worry. She's got generous friends.
I'm joking.
But guys, as I just said, thank you for joining us on the Cop TV. This has been Hot Kopics with myself and Mario. We will see you next Tuesday for much more of the same. And before that, we've got loads of other content coming your way. So make sure you subscribe. 30K. It's not far away.
We need to reach
so make
30K.
Sure that we get that today.
Absolutely.
A little bit of a rhyme for you. Anyway, take care. All the best. We'll see you next time. Thanks for watching this video, guys. I hope you enjoyed it.
Please, guys, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to the Cop TV.
The voice of football's most famous stand.